I'm Dr. Anita Soni with only 30 years plus of experience in the field of obstetrics and gynecology. And during my years at work, I've realized that hormones have an absolute profound influence on women. And every time the menfolk are saying, wrong time of the month, something's annoying her, something's happening. So I'm here to take you through the story of what hormones actually do to a woman, how she feels, and why we need to be supportive of her. More than that, women need to realize they are influencing their own body. They need to take a call on what they can do and not do just to make the surroundings very comfortable. It's not only about you, it's about your family and the society around you. So, the hormonal imbalance, it's an invisible symphony. There are loads of hormones, but what makes us different from the men folk? Two yin and yang, estrogen and progesterone. The men folk don't have any progesterone and their estrogen is definitely lacking. But what do these hormones do? Estrogen, growth, nurturing, balancing. Progesterone, stabilizing, calming. Now, why are we talking about estrogen and progesterone? I am done and dusted. What happens? When there is a perfect harmony of these hormones, you continue living normally. You are in control of the situation. When the hormones go all over the place, you have a lot of anxiety, mood swings, and you start talking very offhandedly. Some of them unapologetically just transform into different human beings who are called desperate. But having said that, a female hormone cycle starts when? Not at when she's getting pregnant. It starts as early as adolescence and it goes right all the way through menopause. So if you actually see more than half or three-fourths of your life, you are playing with your own hormones and you're the only one who can control them. I can say a whole lot of stuff standing here, but unless you make the effort, I am extremely sorry. It's going to be very difficult to control. What do these imbalances do? Create a lot of confusion in your body. So from mood swings to infertility to repeated miscarriages to irregular periods to cesarean sections to obesity to depression to suicide and death. That is why it is very, very important for not only the women folk, even all of you men folk, to know that there needs to be a lot of understanding. Hold her hand when things are going wrong. Maybe it's just the wrong time of the month. Today, we will talk on the most common hormone imbalances that everybody is influenced, or most women are influenced today. The first of which is PCOS. What does that mean? Polycystic ovarian syndrome. The ovary is playing truant in your body. There is an imbalance between the estrogen and the progesterone. The excess of estrogen causes a lot of problems. The youngest kid I have had, and kid you not, is all of 9 years old. You know why I got called? Because she refused to wear a sanitary pad in school. And the poor child didn't know what in the world was happening. The mother was desperate. It goes on even later in life. So one needs to be very aware of the symptoms so you can get investigated. Maybe if you require treatment, or just a little bit of lifestyle change. Like I said, in the 1990s, your incidence was barely 6 to 7%. In 2023, the reported incidence was 23%. But where I stand today in 2025, 1 in 5 girls are presenting with PCOS and their variants. I just spoke to my friend over here, and the latest presentation or complication with PCOS is also failure of lactation. Who ever thought of that? But it's there. So right from the adolescent age group to your reproductive years, there can be various presentations and we need to be aware of it. Obesity. Oh my God. Practically 1 in 4 women today have a huge midriff. And what is the cause of it? Insulin resistance. They are unable to digest what you're eating. Everybody tells them, lose weight. How in the world are they going to? They can't starve themselves to death to please you. So they need to get investigated. The bigger challenge are the lean PCOS, which is like only 20%, but they are already thin. How are you going to tell them what to do? So you need to understand what happens in these women and what can you do to help them. The common comorbidities with them, other than infertility, people snore, sleep apnea. They are getting irritated because they've not got a good 8-hour sleep. And whoever thought that hypertension, type 2 diabetes, depression, anxiety could all be an outshoot of polycystic ovarian syndrome. You heard about adolescence. You heard about the reproductive age group. What happens to women when they are over 40, perimenopausal or nearly menopausal? Can they also be diagnosed? Oh yes, they have a higher incidence of developing even uterine cancers post-menopause. Why is this very important? Because preventive medicine today hardly has any role to play. 1 in 6 women or 1 in 10 women would go for a routine executive health check. They go when they start getting symptoms, and by then sometimes it is too late to help them. Hence, it is extremely important to put them through regular blood tests, monitor blood pressure, breast examinations, because, kid you not, breast cancers, extremely high. Again, the culprit here, estrogen. Are we only talking about polycystic ovaries? No. The bigger killer today, because it affects the quality of life of the girl, is my tongue-twisting word, endometriosis. Endometriosis is the reason I'm here today, because I have somebody who has promised me she's going to get treated once this TED Talk is done. Funnily, that was a lady who had multiple abortions, severe pain. She came crippled into my OPD. And I said, what are you doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? Let's get you fixed. Thankfully, I've managed to give her a baby. Now she's come back with recurrent endometriosis and severe pain. And that my bid was, I will get the surgery done. Having said that, the most common presentation of this problem, other than the infertility, is pain. And the bigger challenge to everyone is young girls coming with menstrual pain. All the mothers say, big deal. Everybody gets menstrual pain. I had mine, you have yours. Hello? No. You will be amazed to know that there are 60% of adolescent girls that have pain have endometriosis. Unfortunately, we are diagnosing it in hindsight. We're not there to be able to diagnose because they don't bring them to us. And when we suggest a certain list of investigation, these are today's day and age doctors. Don't look at us with tinted glasses. We are talking to you science. We're bringing you numbers. Other than pain, you have problems like frequent menses, you have irregular menses, you have infertility. And the cause of all of this is today's lifestyle. You're getting married after 30. You're planning babies after 35. You get unopposed estrogen stimulation month on end, month on end, month on end. Obviously, there's going to be an insult somewhere. In the good old days, women had children earlier. Because of that, during that 1 year or 1.5 years, they didn't menstruate. So that was the increase in progesterone. Other than that, one child, doc, more than sufficient. I can't think of another. They don't want to have more children. Then you have one set of people who are, no, we have our lives, we're very happy, we'll get a dog, we don't want kids. Fair enough. But what do you think happens with all of this? Biology keeps going on. Your ovaries don't stop working just because you plan not to have a kid. So these are the most important risk factors as far as endometriosis is concerned. This slide is only brought for one reason, for the men folk here. The commonest presentation is also painful sex. If the woman says no, respect her. Don't force her. Because maybe she genuinely has a problem and that is why she's saying no. Investigate her. Maybe she can be treated and all will be well. So these are the important factors that people have to keep in mind. And please note that the maximum presentation of dyspareunia, which is painful sex, and dysmenorrhea, which is painful periods, is in the reproductive age group, 25 to 35. So extremely important for you to keep this in mind. Fibroids is all and sundry have them. 80% of women have fibroids. 90% of fibroids don't need any treatment. It's only when they're causing you some kind of a problem, definitely attend to them. Then nobody's going to give you a gold medal to suffer. At the end of the day, it is a problem that we need to deal with. The urban people have more of it. We have access to medical investigations, so we can diagnose and treat them much earlier. The risk factors for everybody to see is your lifestyle and obesity. So please understand, all of this needs to get corrected. Finally, before I end, why am I here talking to you on hormone imbalances? Because of today's lifestyle. You eat what your ancestors ate. You don't do the same physical activity. There was no Blinkit, there was no Zepto. People didn't order, we didn't have mobiles when we grew up. That time we ate a certain carb-based diet. Learned people over here, you need to know it's time for all of you to change. Your body is finally a reflection of what you eat. Adequate protein, low carbs, avoid refined carbohydrates, avoid concentrated fats, and you will keep all your hormone imbalances away. Are women expected to go and lift weights and gym? Not really. That's not what our bodies were made for. We are estrogen. We're supposed to be nice, sexy, looking really good. We don't need to have those big muscles. We just need to change our lifestyle and we'll be good to go. Any amount of cardio, 15 to 20 minutes every day, at least 5 days a week, is more than sufficient. Honestly, today, the struggle is very, very real. All of us are struggling to keep up with everything, and one needs to understand mental health also is extremely important. Understand them, judge them not. My humble request to you, your body is your temple. Worship it. Thank you.